Second very common argument is we are designed to eat meat. We are meat eaters. And again, just as previously, there are two parties. You have the scientists who claim this will be true, and then you have the scientists that claim it's not. So what do? Again, I try to use my brain, I use pure logic, and let's have a look at other species that eat animals and other species that eat plants. And let's start with the animal-eating animals out there, and choose whichever one you have in mind. It could be a bear, it could be a crocodile, it could be a shark, it could be a lion, a tiger, whatever kind of cat, even the small cats. And leave out birds for a second because it's not really comparable. So choose either one of those and imagine how their mouth looks like and how their teeth look like, and then try to picture how they eat, what they're able to do with their mouth, how wide they can open it, and what it looks like when they eat. They're not really chewing the way plant-eating animals do, and they just rip parts of the animal and then just somehow get it down the throat. So the teeth are super sharp, and that's that. I think you all got a picture. So now let's do the same with plant-eating animals, and let's go by a cow and a pig, for example, and try to imagine their teeth. They're flat, and I'm pretty sure you've never seen either a cow or a pig or some other plant-eating animal open their mouth that wide, because they just simply can't. And then try to picture how they chew. They use their teeth for chewing, and they use their jaw, and their jaw has the capability to go in that direction as well, which the animal-eating animals cannot do. And now let's just compare ourselves to them. What do our teeth look like? Do you really think they look more like the teeth of a shark, of a crocodile, of a tiger, of a bear, even a dog? Or do you think they look more like the teeth of a cow, of a pig? If you're unsure, look those animals up and decide for yourself. And then compare the way we are chewing. We also can use our jaw in this direction. We also have flat teeth. And yeah, just make your own comparison. And why would we have a mouth, a jaw, teeth that are very much comparable to plant-eating animals if we were actually designed to eat meat? Ask yourself that. And that's not it. If you look at the digestive system, for example, and again, you choose any animal-eating animal, and then you choose a plant-eating animal, and you compare those two with ours. Now, within the plant-eating animals, there are also some that have several stomachs, 2 or even more than that. So that's something we don't have, but not all plant-eating animals have that. So let's just compare it a bit more generally. And if you, for example, just look at the length of the whole digestive system of a plant-eating animal, and this is relatively long, and there's also a reason for that. Plants usually contain way more nutrients, but also they're a bit harder to absorb, so they just need more time to be absorbed, and for all of them to be absorbed. So the digestive system is simply longer to do so. Also, the acid in the stomach is not that high because it's simply just not necessary to absorb all the nutrients. So if you compare that to an animal-eating animal, their digestive system is relatively short, and because the nutrients in flesh aren't that high, and they're simply just quicker absorbed. So after that, it's just waste that causes gas and things you don't want, so you just want to get rid of it as quickly as possible. Therefore, the digestive system is short. Also, the acid in the stomach is higher because that's obviously something that helps to digest flesh. Now, again, we compare ourselves. Our digestive system is comparable, equally long to plant-eating animals, and our acid in our stomach is relatively low, again, just like plant-eating animals. And same question here. Why would this be the case if we were designed to eat meat? Why wouldn't we be more similar with those things like mouth and stomach and digestive system in total that are so important to digest our food, to everything that has to do with eating and with food? If those things are super comparable to a plant-eating animal and far from being comparable to an animal-eating animal, why would this be the case if we were actually designed to eat meat? Another thing is instincts. Most of the people I talk to, when I show them pictures of how an animal gets killed, a lot of them, they don't want to see it, they can't take it, it's too horrible for them. And even if I show them pictures of wildlife where some animal kills another animal, which is supernatural, that's their necessity to survive, and even that for a lot of human beings is too hard to take, too hard to watch. This is not the case for animals that have to eat animals to survive, because that's their instinct, that's normal for them. That's nothing that disgusts them, that's they probably don't get joy out of it either. It's just that it's something they have to do. So even the youngest ones amongst these, they get taught to do so, and after a short time, depending on which animal it is, they can do it on themselves. Try to do that with a human being, with a child. I mean, there are probably also children out there who would do it, who could do it, but the vast majority, the children would scream, they would cry, they wouldn't want to do it, they would be disgusted. They don't have the instinct to kill an animal. We don't have that within ourselves, which is why they are packed and wrapped nicely in a supermarket shelf.